Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Emphatic, otherwise known as Emily. If this is your first video, thank you for watching. If you are coming back from my original one, welcome back. Today we're working on a sneak peek for my Baker's modern style home. So building a modern home is pretty new to me. I don't actually know what style of homes I tend to build, but they're all pretty terrible. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to learning how to build and bringing you guys on the journey and hearing your tips and tricks, ideally in the comment section below. So if you have any, please don't hesitate to share them. So at the moment we've just got the base of the house down, a small little front patio. I'm adding in columns here to give it a really cool entrance. My personal preference in like homes in general in real life is like a really amazing front door. So I chose a door that I really like. The high wall height was a choice, but it allowed me to get this really cool door that I think has a wonderful effect on it. A little bit more about the Let's Play coming up as well is that we have our sim here, Aurora. You can see her standing outside the house as I'm building it. She has always had a lifelong dream of owning a bakery. She's been into baking since she was really young, and that's going to show with her skills when we get playing. So for her, I just wanted like a kind of starter home. She had a really kind of modern vibe to her, so I wanted to keep that through in the way that she lived. Roofing as well is always a nightmare for me, but I have watched a couple of tutorials. I would really recommend Deligracy's tutorials that she's done pretty recently, as well as Spring Sims. His tutorials are really cool, and he just really lightens up a room. So yeah, I will add those links actually in the description bar below in case you too need to get some basics down in terms of building. So when we get to the inside of the house, you'll see that I just kind of figure out the basic layout. It's a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom home actually, and at the end of the video I do leave the bedroom and one of the bathrooms, sorry, the second bedroom and one of the bathrooms empty. I ran out of money and I wanted to give this sim a really cool kitchen, obviously based on her hobbies. Here you can see I start to put down the kitchen. This is really just to make sure everything fits and what size the kitchen's going to be, so I can figure out the rest of the open plan layout for the dining table and the lounge room. Yeah, when thinking of this house, I really tried to think about the sim. I had created her before we got the likes and dislikes update, so there wasn't really too much to go on except what I envisage her personality to be, which is very active and very energetic and very out there, I suppose. Pretty outgoing. Of course, has a tight-knit group of friends that we'll get into more detail into the Let's Play as well. So yeah, the kitchen going at the moment is very bland. I thought about keeping it bland, honestly, very in line with the modern kind of style. But you'll see soon I start to add some colour and just mix it up a little bit. And I thought, you know, if there's going to be one thing that really reflects the sim in the house and where she spends her most time, it's going to be the kitchen. So yeah, I made sure to try and make the kitchen as much her as much as in terms of the layout for the kitchen, lounge, dining. I kept it really open. That's my personal preference. The dining room is pretty small, mostly due to space, but also I don't imagine her really having a lot of people over. You know, she's going to bake all day in a bakery. She's probably not that interested in coming home and entertaining in a very kind of professional chef kind of way. So yeah, it's just a little 4-seater, just enough to sit there and chat. We're starting to kind of figure out the layout of the bathroom now as well. Again, I kept that pretty simple and pretty basic. It's not kind of a huge, exciting area for her that she's going to be spending a lot of time in. I'm starting now on her bedroom. Bed is obviously the biggest factor, and I am holding Alt to kind of place that properly and have it nicely up against the wall. I keep her bedroom pretty minimally furnished. I do give her a computer and a study. I'm getting started on the lounge now, and this is where colour really starts to come into it. I chose that really bright rug and use it as the base for the colours in the lounge, and then a little bit into the kitchen as well, which I do come back to. I thought a really cool lounge was really up Aurora's alley. She loves her friends, she loves having them over. She doesn't necessarily love cooking for them, which is fine. But yeah, she's a big movie buff. We do put a popcorn machine in the kitchen as well. And I feel like that's the way she really kind of bonds with her friends. You know, she loves to go out for a night out, hang out with them, of course, but maybe meet a few other people. And then just as quick and easily slides into just wanting to be at home, watching a movie, having more of a kind of more calm bonding experience. She also, in general, loves a lot of colour. So yeah, I'm really excited. I don't have any plans really for what direction she's going to go in her life, whether she's going to settle down and have kids or stay a wild child. I'm also noticing now how terrible the lighting is, so I guess I noticed that while I was building and finally put some lights in. So I'm so sorry if you're struggling with your eyesight to try and see anything now, but that's all better now. So yeah, it's basically just time for the wall coverings and then those final little details. For example, the rubbish bin in the kitchen, I've noticed I haven't put one in. Can't remember if I do in the end or not, but I do know that I put one outside at the end, and you guys will see that. The bathroom I wanted to keep pretty tiled, just because it's like a pet peeve in my real life where I worry about cleaning the bathroom and like how the water is going to affect the walls and stuff like that. In terms of who we're going to have as a roommate, I don't really know. It'll be whoever's free, and I think whoever bonds well. I don't think we're going to be in a super rush to get a flatmate. And you'll see, based on her bedroom, why I chose to give her the like and dislike of liking pink and blue. I really like this colour scheme together. Did I overdo it a bit? I think so, but it's a really cool colour scheme anyway, so no regrets. Yeah, so it's going to be so exciting, and I'd love your requests and thoughts as well as we're going through the gameplay. I think it's going to be really fun, but we are going to be focusing on her and her environment in the bakery, and yeah, maybe she meets someone that way, maybe she doesn't. It's all very exciting. And then eventually, once there's enough money, we can get a roommate to save on bills and start helping us save further and harder towards that goal of owning a bakery, because we will be starting with, I think once I moved her in, she had 5 simoleons left. You might even see it at the end of the video actually. So we are starting with nothing. I'm not even sure, you know, maybe she wants to just, for want of a better saying, balls to the wallet and just work in a job she hates that pays really well. We'll get to that in the gameplay. I've just had to move, so hopefully you're not hearing too much background noise. So I've just finished the wallpapers and figuring out the colours. I like the white, it kind of really brightens up the room. I do usually avoid it because I prefer wallpapers with a border, like in the bedrooms, but I think it looks really nice here in the kind of living area. I also decided to swap out the dining room table. The other one was just a little bit too small, I think, considering the amount of space there was. The other consideration, of course, is that there's the front door there, and I didn't want to block that too much, so it's still walkable. And I'm just picking the chairs. This was pretty tricky because I wanted to match some of the colours in the rug that I chose in the lounge. So I've got that yellow, but there just isn't quite enough of it in that rug to really make it pop and make it work. So I'm going for the lighter green, but in the end I settle on this navy. I think it just kind of cohesively brings the lounge more towards the kitchen as well. And along that line of thinking, I try and change the cabinets to maybe be a bit more navy as well, but I decided it's just too dark. So I'm turning the dining table around. I've moved the door as well, so it's a little bit more centered, the dining table, between the 2 doorways to the bedrooms. Right now I'm adding in some clutter so the house feels a little more lived in, but I don't add too much, mostly because of budget, and also because I don't think it really makes a lot of sense that the sim, having just moved in, would have a whole bunch of cluttery stuff. It wouldn't feel so lived in, but we're definitely going to add some as we go along. So hopefully they're quite personal items as well. I love having images of my sims and their friends on their walls. So yeah, hopefully we can start injecting some personality in there as well. I'm just doing a final check of the outside of the house and realised I want to do a little bit more landscaping, so I'm sort of figuring out what I can sell To make that happen, I reduced the number of dining room chairs, as you can see, and I sell the spare bedroom and spare bathrooms lights to get some bushes out front, just to give it a bit of fun and some curb appeal and just tidying up the build as a whole. So the house is all finished now. Let's get into the tour. So here we are coming past Aurora and into the front door. You can see here the dining table, the art, the kitchen, the wonderful pink kitchen. And we're turning around now to have a look at the very, very vibrant lounge. I deleted the TV in favour of a painting for budget again. We have, of course, Aurora's room. I chose suitcases as a side table because I thought it was really reflective of the fact she's just moved in. And here we have a pretty basic, straightforward bathroom. Eventually also we'll be looking to do a bit more in the backyard, a free platform out there to give it something. This build is available on the gallery under 2-bedroom modern starter. You can search under my EA ID, which is emphatic_gaming. If you want to download it for yourself and renovate it, you're more than welcome to. Definitely tag me or let me know in the comments if you've done so, because I'd love to see it, and maybe I make some of those changes to the house itself within gameplay. Thank you so much for joining me today. It's been a real pleasure.